is that? It's just a grasshopper. Okay, so I'm in the middle of this story. I gotta finish it. This is part 2. Hello, I'm Yoga Hippie. I started telling part 1 of how camping changed my life. And man, I just had a lot more to say about camping than I thought. And so I'm gonna have a part 2 here. So my daughter and I moved before we backpacked down into the Grand Canyon. We moved. So I'll put the link to part 1 in this, description. I'll do that. Anyway, my daughter and I moved to San Diego, and I had only been there once for 2 days, and I just wanted to live by the beach, and I just figured I'd start there. And I had plans to travel when my son graduated high school, which was like about a year after this. So it was August 2016. We moved to San Diego. We packed up the Prius and everything we could put in it, and that was it. And we took off. And I'd tell you, like, half of the car was full of my massage equipment. Like, I had a hot towel cabinet in here and all kinds of shit. We brought half our kitchen like food because we're vegan and we spend a lot of money and we eat pretty healthy, so we didn't want to get rid of all of our expensive stuff. So we had like a big giant bag of cacao and a big giant bag of cacao nibs and hemp seeds and chia seeds. Anyways, we brought all that shit with us too. And then of course I just was having a hard time letting go of things. So I also had a lot of things that I finally got rid of. But we crammed it all up into this car. It was like we had bungee cords going across the front of the car. With all our shit back here. That was crazy. Anyway, so we moved to San Diego and on our way to save money and to have fun because we liked camping. We had just discovered this, not even like about a year. It had been like 13 months. So we went and camped out. And we didn't do free camping at the time. We didn't really know about that. We did campsites, and I think that was good. That was probably a good way to start. So there are primitive tent sites, but not quite so primitive. And by this point, I'd upgraded my tent to like a $400 tent, and I knew I was going to be doing this, so I just really didn't understand how much at that time. So anyway. We camped out 4 nights on our way, and what we realized was neither one of us were done camping, and we didn't want to be, even though we were excited and ready to be there because we've been anticipating and waiting for this forever, and we had this countdown and all this stuff. We really just wanted to keep camping, and we had to go. I had to start my job. We had to move into our apartment, all this stuff. So anyway, we had to stop camping, and like adult again. And that was rough, man. Adulting those first 5 months of San Diego sucked so bad. And that's a whole nother video. But I had a lot of lessons that I am so thankful for. But anyway, I did not go camping the whole time I was there for like 10 months. Anyway, I also gave up my car when we moved to San Diego, something I've always had a car since I was like 16. I'd had a car, so that was kind of crazy. Well, I didn't have a car when I was married, but that's a whole nother story too. Anyway, I got lots of stories. So anyway, that really impacted my daughter so much so that she is currently a full-time RVer. And she's been living out of an RV for I think over a year. Yeah, over a year. And she has traveled all over, and I'm super excited for her that she's doing all those things, and so thankful that by following my heart, and this is what I tell people all the time, that if you follow your heart and do what makes the most happiness well up in you, then that will that will put you in the right place, and you're just by living and doing what you love will affect other people in ways that you don't even know, right? Like, I didn't know that was going to be a thing, that was going to affect her. I didn't think anything about any of that. I had no idea, and neither did she. So now we're both pros at camping at free sites and, all of those kind of things. Because in case you're new to my channel, I live in my Prius, and I've been living in and out of my Prius for over a year now, just over a year. It was a year in June. And it's kind of funny because I can totally afford to rent a room. I just don't have the quality of life that I enjoy by living in my car. And so camping is what started this whole thing. Camping is what opened up my world and made me be able to be way more present. Camping has given me the opportunity to be still and to embrace nature in a way that, like, for whatever reason, makes me want to cry of joy and happiness. I just sat last night on the edge of my Prius in my bed with the hatchback open and watched the sunset behind the hills and listened to the birds chirp after I turned off. I was listening to some reggae. And then I turned off the reggae music and I just listened to the sounds of the wind out here, and I felt the breeze on my skin, and I listened to the birds and all the other little creatures out here, and it was really wonderful. It was just me and my car, Bernadette, and nature. It's just like the best thing ever. Like, I brought some, like an apple and a banana. I brought a can of soup. I kept it pretty simple. I have coffee. That was like the highlight of both mornings out here, and making my coffee. And yeah, I don't know. Camping has given me the ability to travel in a way that is, sorry, woo, it was intense, bug on my nose, in a way that is way more sustainable for me and affordable instead of having to hotel it all the time. And personally, I just like not having AC and all those things. I like heat, and I don't like to be cold. That's the only problem with any of this ever. But I did finally buy the third sleeping bag that I think is finally warm enough. And I actually traded that one in. So that was the fourth sleeping bag. Finally found one that was warm enough. Anyway, this has been a journey for me that I didn't know was going to take me to so many fabulous places. And now I'm on the verge of, like, manifesting a van to live in. And I'm excited about that because I've decided that I'm embracing this in a hashtag van life. So I'm hashtag Prius hotel or Prius life or whatever you want to call this. I love it. And I just want a bigger space where I can stand up to make meals. So a van is in order. And plus I have plans to travel some more. I've just been trying to get all these trainings. But camping has changed my entire world, and it's just turned it all upside down. My whole entire life is completely different now that I began camping. I'm so grateful. So what I want to encourage you to do is so many things. One, be present. Like, feel the ground underneath your feet. Feel the air on your skin. Get outside. Then be present again. Get outside. Get barefoot in the grass. It's grounding. Like, it's some sort of research they've done now that you can be grounded by just standing on the earth barefoot. Also, take some time by yourself in nature. Go for hikes. Go explore. Go with friends. Hang out. Just do nothing. One of her friends, when I first started camping, she was trying to understand, and she was sort of just like a girly girl, nothing wrong with that, but that's where she's at in life. And she was like, I just don't understand. Like, what do you do out there? And my daughter and I, like, we would be sitting, like, at a campsite, and it's just freaking beautiful, and we'd just be enjoying each other's company, maybe a fire, having some hot chocolate, sitting at a Joshua tree, whatever, like in the most amazing places. And I would laugh and look at her and go, but what do you do out there? Nothing. It's totally great to get dirty. It's also fun to get clean, but it's just a fun time. I love it. Anyway, So go camping. Try something new. Maybe it's not camping. Maybe you're not into camping, and that's okay. Just whatever it is, keep trying new things because you have no idea how that might change the course of your entire life, like camping has changed my life. So I love you. I hope everybody got to see part 1 and then now part 2. And this one's a little bit shorter. So hopefully you will be encouraged by something that I shared. That's the whole goal, I guess, of my videos, is to inspire people to follow their dreams and live from their heart space and find all the love. Anyway, peace out. Please like and subscribe.